Hey, my name's Len, and I am going to be restoring this 1958 Corvette. Now, I've never restored a car before. This is going to be the first time that I've actually attempted to do something like this. So I have phenomenal skills when it comes to restoring vehicles. I grew up with a 1966 Ford Mustang, was my first car. And it was a 6-cylinder car, easy to work on. Nothing comparable to classic 1958 Corvette. There's similarities, but everything about this car is different, from its fiberglass outer shell to its motor and everything in between. So I'm going to take you along on this journey as I attempt to restore this to the best of my ability. And really, I'm not shooting for anything that's going to be awarded. I'm not trying to get it into contests or make it completely original. This car I inherited from my father, who passed, and it's really his legacy passed down to our generation, and I want to honor him with this restoration. I want to keep it exactly like he had it in terms of the color and his look and feel for his. I often say that my dad was the first resto mod guy when it came to these Corvettes. Back in the day, there were a lot of hot rodders that were doing tricky stuff to these cars, including the engine modifications. They were increasing horsepower. They had blowers coming out of the hood. Back in the day when they purchased these, it was the same things that we did when we were younger. The minute we got a new car, it was the same mentality of the guys who bought them back in the 50s. So my dad was into racing. He had a 67 Chevy Camaro, and he then purchased this car from my uncle. So it's been in my family since really its inception in 1958. My uncle Len had purchased it first and then asked my dad if he wanted to buy it. And of course my dad wanted to buy it. So it's been owned by my uncle Len, my dad, who was also a Len or Leonard, and then myself, who's also Junior Len. So 3 Lens have owned this car, and it's going to be a lot of fun going through the different layers of the car. And as I started working on the underside, and I start cleaning off the years and years of road debris that is caked on some of the parts, you see the parts that emerge underneath that are just as pristine as they were when it rolled off the assembly line. But it's got a really good frame. I've had a little bit of work done to it already. I've replaced the front and rear shocks. I've also fixed some of the little mechanical issues. It had some leaking happening in the carburetor that I fixed. In addition to that, just the normal oil change and differential change. We also recently had the whole exhaust replaced. I put 2.5-inch stainless steel pipe all the way from the manifolds all the way out to the tailpipes. And it sounds great, it runs great, but it still needs a lot of work. And I'll show you, it needs some body work up front. There's some scratches and dings in it. Dad actually drove this car. He loved driving this car. This was one of his favorite things to do. So I'm looking forward to bringing you along in this journey. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm not a professional mechanic by all means, so I'll show you what I read about and show you to the best of my ability and knowledge. However, I am not a certified mechanic. Anything I do may probably or most likely will be wrong, but I'm going to attempt to do the best job I can to restoring this and bringing this back to, actually, it is a beautiful car. I get tons and tons of compliments every time I drive it. It sounds good and it runs good. So I'm going to do the best I can to make it just mechanically safe. In addition to that, maybe a little bit of modifications to the engine to bring it up to date and to ensure safety, really. I'm really concerned with safety. I plan on getting some disc brakes for it, front disc brakes, converting the old braking system. I want to convert it to a newer cylinder braking system, which just makes it more safe. I'm also going to attempt to do the body work and all the fiberglass work myself. I'm going to attempt to paint it myself, and I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I've been reading up on it and watching a lot of the professionals who have 40 years of experience doing this type of body work. So I'm hoping I can at least, with the help of some experts and possibly some of my friends, get the job done and do a good job that will honor my father, that he'll be happy with, and really just build a legacy that I can pass down to my future generation. Looking forward to it. I'm glad you joined me. Let's get started. I'm going to show you around the car, show you what's going to be corrected and what's going to be fixed. I'll take you under the car, show you what I'm working on now. I plan on doing the other side first and really just cleaning it all out, cleaning all the parts, getting them painted, or at least to the way the factory left them in the natural black or semi-gloss. And also just to prevent any kind of rust that might happen along the frame, getting wet or anything like that. I just want to make sure everything gets taken care of now. So let's do it.